Hi everyone, it's Aimee, and today in my kitchen, I am making a super easy 5-minute prep, no knead artisan bread. Now, hear me out. This is a very unpopular opinion, but I am not a sourdough bread girl. There, I said it. I don't mind eating it. However, I don't have time to let it rise and watch the bubbles and all the things you have to do for sourdough bread. However, I love bread, it's true. And this recipe, you're gonna love it too because it is so easy. Literally, you just mix it all together, let it rise, bake it, slice it, butter it, enjoy it, and I'm gonna show you how. Okay, in a bowl, we're gonna add 3.5 cups of bread flour. And the reason I use bread flour is because it's a little more glutinous, so when you mix it up, it gives you that nice chew. However, I've made this recipe numerous times with all-purpose flour, and it turns out perfect, so don't worry about that. We're also going to add in 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar, 1.5 teaspoons of kosher salt, and I've got 1 package here of active dry yeast. Always make sure you check those expiration dates on your yeast because the biggest reason your bread might not turn out is because your yeast is expired. Okay, to that, we're going to add in 1.5 cups of warm water. And you want this water to be about 115 degrees. And now I'm just gonna mix it until it's all combined and all the dry ingredients are blended. You'll see it start to come together here into a ball. It's gonna seem real dry at first. You just wanna get all the dry stuff mixed into the dough. Okay guys, that looks pretty good to me. And now we're gonna cover this and let it rise for about 2.5 hours. If you have a nice warm spot, a sunny spot in your kitchen, that's where you want it to rise. You can use a lid like I've got, put a piece of plastic wrap over it. I'll see you back here in a little bit. Okay guys, welcome back. We're gonna do the next step in this easy artisan bread. And the first thing you need to know is you need a Dutch oven to bake this bread. I have a cast iron one. I believe it's from Staub. This is what I bake all of my bread in. You can use a ceramic lined one. Just make sure you have one that is oven safe. Okay, so while this goes through its second rest, which I'm going to show you in a second, I'm going to put this in a preheated oven to 450 degrees. So while the oven preheats, this is going to get nice and hot with it. So let me put this in the oven and let's focus on this bread. So the bread should have doubled in size, which it did. Perfect. And now, as you recall, I've called this a no-knead bread. Unlike most breads, you don't have to roll it and knead it and do all of that extra work. So what we're going to do is we're gonna lift this bread out of the bowl and we're gonna do a trick called stretch and fold, where you take the top and the bottom and you stretch it and fold it into each other, turn it clockwise 1 degree, take the top and bottom, stretch it, fold it, turn it 1 more, stretch it, fold it, and turn it 1 more time, and you're gonna stretch it and fold it. That's it. And now we're just gonna shape it into a beautiful ball, and we're gonna let this rise for about 30 more minutes while the oven is preheating, and I'm gonna show you what's next. Okay, you're gonna wanna make sure that you're using hot pads, because remember this just came out of the oven. You can see the steam. And now we're gonna take our bread, lift it by the parchment paper, and without touching the sides and burning yourself, you want to drop that in. I'm going to take a knife and just kind of score the top. Some people can get really creative here. I just like to make a couple lines on the top. And now we're going to put that lid back on, and this is going to go in our preheated 450 degree oven for 30 minutes with the lid on. I'm going to take the lid off and cook it an additional 10 minutes. Then it's got to cool completely. The longer you let your bread cool, the better air pockets you get in your bread. If you cut your bread too early, all that steam releases and you lose so much moisture out of your bread. So let's get this baking and I'll return when it's time to cut some bread. Okay, you guys, I have cooled the bread. I want you to see how beautiful it is. Look at how pretty. It is a perfect loaf of bread. And you saw how easy it was to make. It's still a little warm, but we're gonna cut into it while it's a little warm. I want you to see the inside. Look at that. Look at those pockets. Gorgeous. I'm gonna put a little butter on it, a little flake sea salt, a little hot honey. That chewy texture, so good. No knead, 5 minutes, 5 ingredients. You guys got this. Enjoy.